yoga was for the elite and the most sophisticated and royalty. Right? It wasn't until a few thousand years later that what was happening was they were losing the art, because yoga is an art. They were losing it, and so they said, hey, maybe we better let some women in on this secret here. Otherwise, this is going to be a dying art. Right? So now take a look at the room. What would have happened if we would have allowed men to carry only the yoga? It would have vanished already. Because look at how many women there are as opposed to men. Right? But that's what it's about. I mean, that's how the power of yoga. It's not about just your body. It's not about coming in here and saying, oh, this is going to be really good for my running. This is going to be really good for this. Yeah, it has physical benefits. But the power behind it is the mental, and how you take your yoga and how you are aware of your yoga from your mat and into your personal life. All right? And that's what we begin to study. We begin to study Krama Vinyasa, which is a special way to step. And this concept sets the stage for how we move through life in our bodies, quote unquote, in our ethereal body, in our material body, and in our physical body. I'll give you an example. If I were to say to you, it's important that when we do today, we will do a pose that's for self-esteem. It's called Warrior Two. It's important that the alignment of the front foot be in perfect alignment with the back foot. If you don't do it that way, do you think you're going to fall over? Yes. Yes. It's a sequence of movements. It's a special way of stepping. And that, my friends, is the same thing that happens in our real life. If you set your goal, if my goal is to get to LA and I go east, am I ever going to get to LA? No. But that's what happens all the time. We set a goal. My goal is to get a job, right? And then you go and you sit down and watch TV. Or you go and you say yes to your friends and you go dancing or whatever, right? So what happens? Is that a perfect step to getting to the goal? No, it's not, right? How are you going to get it? How are you going to get a job if you go out dancing and you can't even get up the next morning, right? Responsibility. So what happens with our yoga is that we become aware of the steps. If we set a goal, there's certain steps we have to take to get that goal. But it starts here. You set your intention mentally, then you follow through with your words, and then you follow through with your actions. And we're going to do that today. You're going to see how important that is, right? And how we relate in our life is important too. What steps do we take to communicate with each other, right? And how we all affect each other. Let me give you a perfect example that our ethereal body is mixed of our mind, body, and spirit, of our thoughts, of our emotions, right? If you were to walk down the street today and you asked every person, what state is the economy in? What would you get? Bad, not good, can't find jobs, not good, can't find a job, not good, there's no jobs out there, they're not hiring. Yes or no?
Yes.
That's a collective thought. Because there are so many of us thinking and feeling that way that it becomes truth. That's what yoga tells us. Because this world right here finds it. But in my mastermind group, In my mastermind group, where all of those people make above six-figure incomes, I'll ask them, what is the state of the economy? And they will answer me. It is great. I am making the most amount of money now. Man, I love it. I'm buying real estate, all the time. I'm investing. I'm doing great. I love it. My business has never been better. Because collectively, those people think differently. And remember what I taught you so far. Your thoughts, what happens with your thoughts?
Become reality.
But before they become reality, what happens?
You believe them.
You believe them, right? Your thoughts become your beliefs, and your beliefs create your reality. Yes? All right, remember that, because we'll come back to that over and over and over. If you think you're going to fail, I promise you, you're going to bring it into you. You're going to believe it, and guess what? Regardless of who tells me, "Nuh-uh, I really want to pass." No, because in here, you're lying to yourself. You're out of congruence. And yoga tells us to be in congruence. So you can talk to me and say to me, "I really believe that I'm going to be a mega millionaire, really." And in here, I don't believe it. But I'm telling you, but I don't believe it. So you know what then the universe does? Because the feeling is stronger than the words, the universe gives you more opportunity to feel more confused. Because you're already sending confusing thoughts out, incongruencies. And you're going to see in your life that there's incongruencies. Right? Let me give you another example. Yesterday, did anybody feel the earthquake? Okay. So there were people that felt the earthquake. I didn't feel the earthquake. I was on my merry way. So I walk up and this woman says to me, "Oh, did you feel the earthquake? Oh my God, did you watch the news? Oh my God, it was trembling. Things were falling everywhere." I looked at her and I said, "I was having a great time. I was spending money. I was having a great time." What time was that? I don't know. But she was like, "Oh my God, the world is going to fall apart." I said, "Sweetheart, take a deep breath. It's going to fall apart." Right? But her, do you see the difference? If I allow her to affect me, then I affect you, and I affect you, and I affect you, and I affect you. Quantum physicists are finding out that in the East, in the Orient, if a butterfly spreads its wings, we can feel the ripple effect all the way over here. Right? That is how powerful we're connected. We are energy, and you can see that. We're energy. I asked you to read this. I'm going to ask you to read this over and over. We're all energy. Okay? Any questions on that? So the first sentence right here says everything is energy, right? Now, what kind of a thinker were you guys? Did you guys do your homework? What were you supposed to do?
10 thoughts.
10 thoughts.
10 thoughts for 10 days. We're not done with the 10 days, are we?
No.
What's happening right now?
You're realizing that I have figured out some things.
Anybody have any ahas? No? Want to share? What was your aha?
My thoughts continually go on financial insecurity and physical pain.
Oh, good job. See? Anybody else? What were your thoughts?
Will things get better?
Will things get better? So you're like hoping things get better?
It's like a personal issue.
Whether it's a personal issue or so it's like you want things to get better. Are you a victim?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a victim. So victim mentality, right? That's interesting. Okay.
How do I achieve goals?
You find yourself always continuously trying to achieve goals and not making it?
Not succeeding, not getting to
where I can receive them. Just,
Right.
have the goal, try and give up at the middle and go, receive it.
Persevering. So you're always focused on the fact that you don't make it.
Yeah.
There's no right or there's no wrong. It's very interesting. Until we begin to write down our thoughts, we don't realize what kind of a thinker we are and how we can then tweak it, right? It's the same thing here. If I have my foot over here and I say to you, put your foot in alignment, you don't know your foot is out of alignment until you realize, oh hey, I'm half my foot is off the mat, right? So you got to put it back on. It's the same thing that we're doing with that mental exercise. All right? So yoga transcends your body and moves into your mind and into your spirit and inevitably into your goals. It'll spill over into your goals. It'll spill over into your life. Yoga, I'm sorry to say, is really life. It's a journey. Life is yoga and yoga is life, right? It's just a journey. That's all it is. And what you take from it and what you make from it is yours and only yours. Because no two people have the exact same outcome or result, ever. Ever. Right? So this journey that you call life is yours. And you can make of it what you want. Right? Any questions, clarifications? Okay, you guys all look too solemn, man. What's up with that? We're good?
Yes.
All right, so let's begin to practice some of this